All right, let's take this conversation forward. We have with us Jayaraj Govindraju, who is the Executive Vice person at Microlabs to talk about this, Vice President at Microlabs, who's joining in now. Mr. Govindraju, hi, thank you very much.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining in. First of all, if you could just describe to us in terms of what is it that companies such as Microlabs give free to doctors?
As I have told already, you can't call it freebies, it's brand reminders. We have to remind the doctors about our brands. Therefore, we give samples, we give pens, pads, and some books, and some tabletop items like a pen stand or diaries or, these kind of things we give. And for Dolo 650, we cannot have given anything bigger than this also because it was under price control for several years. And also it's a low MRP product. And also it's such a common product that, with the regular promotion through our 600 strong field force, we were giving a traction, the last 25, 30 years. Every year we were having a very healthy 30-40% growth. And especially whenever an epidemic breaks out, it even shot up to 70-80% or even doubled. And some of the lower selling states, they even had a more than 100% growth. And whereas states with high Bs, they did grow at 30-40% or even 50% during the epidemics. This is a normal phenomenon. So we didn't deviate from that, except that we intervened and we said we'll give a scientific thrust to our promotion. And we started giving a lot of scientific information on fever, various kinds of fever, because fever is just a symptom. And there were a lot of unknown facets of fever, which the feedback we got from the doctors. So we are educating, giving scientific information on them regularly for the last 4 years through CME programs and lectures and things like that, which was all absolutely, within the UCPMP guidelines. And we were doing everything possible within that only for Dolo 650.
Okay, all right.
So that is, and obviously during the COVID also, Dolo 650 became paracetamol 650 became the protocol drug for a fever category as per any guideline, international or ICMR guidelines or any local government guidelines. Paracetamol 650 became the protocol therapy. So all the protocol drugs, they got very good traction, including Dolo 650, apart from vitamin C and zinc combinations, and some antibiotics, some antihistamine combinations.
Sure, that point is taken.
They all got this traction. Not only Dolo 650.
Okay.
Every brand got this.
Can you then just give us, you've said that you've been doing some kind of marketing and promotion expenditure for the past 4 years, getting doctors to be more aware of the usage of the 650 mg dose. Can you quantify the annual spends which you have done, say, when it comes to marketing and promotion, say in the past 4 years, and how much was it during COVID-19? How much did it increase during COVID-19 for Dolo 650 mg in particular?
Exact figure I wouldn't be knowing, but we are in the process of compiling the data. But in any case, as I look at it, it will not cross 2 to 3% of our year's turnover. Particularly during COVID, even beating doctors became a challenge. But still, we were the COVID time. The only difference we adopted was we gave a lot of masks and sanitizers, hand sanitizers to the doctors, co-branded with Dolo 650, apart from our scientific information through books and all that. Yeah, and pens and pads. Apart from that, we also adding, hand sanitizers and masks very regularly.
So you're saying there's this allegation of 1,000 crore, this allegation of 1,000 crore of freebies is completely inaccurate, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's inaccurate. It is a kind of wrongly picked up. And it is getting circulation.
Okay.
It is 1,000 crores for several years for across the division, but somehow it got picked up like 1,000 crores on Dolo 650 during COVID. Absolutely baseless. Any figures you look at it, even your presentation also made it clear. 350 crore brand, 1,000, and that to a brand under price control, 1,000 crores spending on that. It just doesn't. It wouldn't have made sense to any company, and obviously it didn't make sense to us.
So what is the period under the investigation, Mr. Govindraju? You said it's 1,000 crores across a period. What is the period under investigation?
It's several years for the entire all divisions. That is not under investigation. They've asked. I mean, it has been found that we have spent 1,000 crores, and we are giving explanation on how we spent that 1,000 crores across the division for all brands. Once again, I would like to say that not for Dolo 650 is not under investigation or anything of that sort. It's only the reports which are come out which talk like that. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Govindraju, you know, there was a press release from the IT department which was dated 13 July, and while it doesn't name the company specifically, that's exactly where the details with regards to freebies worth 1,000 crores probably came up. And that indicated that freebies included travel expenses, prerequisites and gifts, etc. to doctors and medical professionals for promoting the group's products under the heads promotion and propaganda, seminars and symposiums, medical advisories. What would your response be? Because you've said that it was limited to books, pens, mementos, but here it clearly says that freebies could probably have included more, which is such as prerequisites, travel expenses, gifts to doctors.
Well, certainly it is mentioned, and everything is under the law, and we have been law-abiding citizens all the time, and we are going to give that explanation, and that is going to be the thing. It's not anything worrisome or something. Yes. So
the data which the IT department is probably indicating, this 1,000 crores of freebies which were allocated by to doctors, the period of investigation, according to you, it goes beyond COVID-19?
100%. It is
so how
several
many years?
Maybe 5, 6 years, 7 years.
How many years?
I don't
Do you
know
have an indication?
what all the documents they have collected. Yes, yeah, it's several years. It is not 1 year. It is not one brand.
Okay.
Certainly not.
The IT department press release also indicated that the group has been debiting in its books of accounts unallowable expenses on account of distribution of freebies to medical professionals under the head of sales and promotion. Can you just give us an explanation for this as well? For these allegations or these allegations which you brought up? Yeah.
As of now, we have not been investigated on. I mean, I have not been investigated on this, or I didn't have to give any explanation. And whatever explanation is required, our company has been giving to the IT department, and we should come out clean. That's not a problem. Yeah. Okay. There is no, worry factor for us in that.
So you had said that during the period of COVID is when you used to give all those, brand reminders, samples, etc. Are you still doing the same? Are you still giving out any freebies?
Samples are going, and yes, pens and pads are going. Yes, it is regular. We have not stopped anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Any kind of legal recourse that you plan to take, Mr. Govindraju?
There is no standing. We don't have any ground to go for a legal recourse because it's all the reports which are coming up, and we are giving explanations. As of now, I don't think we have any plans to go for a legal recourse.
Okay, all right. So you're just, as of now, just providing the information which is required.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, can you just break up the sales for us for 650 mg during COVID-19, say in March, in 2020, 2021 and 2022?
I wouldn't be having the figure of I can share it with you, but right now I don't have the figures. But last year sale, I remember, because it came up, last year we sold 362 crores of Dolo. That's the figure I remember very well. And probably the brand grew by about 80-90%. So previous year it would have sold around 270, 260 crores. The previous year, perhaps 200 crores. No, that is what we have been celebrating. 150 crores landmark, 200 crores landmark, and 250 crores, and suddenly it jumped to 360 crores. I remember. This is the bulwark figure that I can tell you. Off the cuff.
Okay.
But exact figures I don't.
And the other variants have not shown as much traction. What are the sales of, say, the 500 mg variant of Dolo?
500 mg variant of Dolo is very small because we were very late entrant in that. We jumped into 650 milligram in 1993. 500 we came somewhere around 1998 or 2000. And at that time, there were again big brands. All the brands that you mentioned, they were all having 500 milligram and they were very big. Very difficult to get that kind of penetration when there are big leaders there. Like the way 50 milligram, they are not able to get any headway. It's not big, yeah.
So you're saying that you jumped to over 350 crores from 150 crores on Dolo sales. That's a big move. Can you tell us what was the market?
Not in 1 year.
Okay.
150 crores to 350 crores happened over 3 years.
Okay, got that. Over 3 years. So can you tell us what was the market share gains as well? 3 years back, what was the market share you enjoyed and how much has it gone up by?
Yeah. We had a market share of 50% 6 years back for Dolo 650. And after the COVID, it has gone up to 58%. 8% shift in 6 years' time. So that is the market share gain, which is not a very unnatural or, something spectacular or something. Of course, because other brands also did well in those categories. Even though we are the leaders, the other brands also 650 milligram did well in those categories. Therefore, our market share didn't gain substantially, though everybody says doubled, but our market share gain was 8%. Others more or less maintained or they gained 1 or 2%. Of course, being a big brand, it is our mark. We got the biggest attraction. Even in our latest IQVIA reports, it very clearly showed that bigger brands gained a lot during COVID. Any category, the biggest brands, they gained a lot during the COVID.
Okay, that's interesting that the bigger brands saw more traction during COVID-19. But Mr. Govindraju, with regards to the IT department, you've said that you are complying with all of the data which is asked for. But what were the specific questions and what was the specific data asked for?
Well, as far as Dolo is concerned, they wanted to know what was the spending and, whether it is our books, what are the kind of books you gave us, that kind of things. And when you CME programs, it shows that, programs proof and all that. That's all it gave, yeah. The explanation for each and every item we gave and a sample plan for the, it is regular investigation. I wouldn't like to go into that. Regular questions were asked and we are given all that.
But this is the first time that you've been asked such questions, correct?
I think IT rise have been, periodic, sporadic. It has been happening for every company, and we are not exception.
And what are the other?
The media has caught up now, mainly because we were also, Dolo was in the media in January, February for the very positive reason that, the product was made available in every nook and corner of the country, even though it was under, say, a price control. And every citizen of this country, they had access to the drug without any kind of shortage, thanks to microlabs. Positive response was coming in the January. And because of this popularity, probably we are having this, even though in our routine IT ride is giving this kind of negative publicity now, which is okay. We're giving explanation for that.
Okay, besides the IT department, any other government agency which is actually probing into this?
No, nothing. Not I'm aware of, nothing. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sonia?
All right, okay. Sir, thanks a lot for joining us and giving us all of those clarifications. Appreciate you fielding all of our questions as well. All right, that's a big story outside of the stock markets, of course, but a big story nevertheless. A lot of national interest there. But the market, by the way, is under quite a bit of pressure. So let's get back to that. 175 points now down on the Nifty. The Bank Nifty is down almost 600 points and there is no recovery at all. We're still at the lowest point of trade.